Microphone.
Well, hello. I'm going to get my charger. Why is the microwave pressed right up against the wall? Jesus. Okay. I don't want it to be right up against the wall because that's a bit dangerous.
Top off screen.
Okay. Just got to go get my phone charger. because they break. And you can't use a broken fucking charger, can you? So, actually, move that for the thing. Oh no, fucking. Didn't mean to take too long with the recording when I was looking for a recharger, because my fucking cleaners think they're doing a service by packing everything all away when they don't need to. Damn it! They don't have to pack everything away, and they do, and then I wonder why I can't find anything, because people just put things where they're probably meant to go, but don't tell me. Not very happy about that. Oh, Jesus. Now I just want to check something and I'll be back. Buy more lightning cables so that I know if I fuck up with one, I'll have another one to go. That's how I have to do it.
Speech off.
So that I know I won't fuck myself up. It's just how it is. Make sure that is turned off. I don't want it on. So, my family is trying to force me into a situation I don't want to be in, which I'm not happy about that. Anyway, switch on or not? Probably did. Anyway, I'm being forced into a situation that I don't want to be in. So I'm just going to say in a couple of weeks, sorry, I've got other plans going, which... Hang on a second. Yeah, I am going to say no in a couple of weeks to a family reunion. I know I'm not going to go. I'm only being polite because I know I have to be polite, but other than that I'm just going to refuse to go to any of these family meetings. Yeah, instead of arguing with my family when they're trying to force me to visit people I don't want to know about, I just use politeness and then say, sorry, I can't make it. Oh Jesus, what am I going to do today? That sounds great. I don't know if I what I want, chicken and Caesar salad on burger, or just, oh, what do I want? I'm just making sure that all this stuff is set right. Okay. Did I miss anything in the fridge? Oh God. I did. Sausages. I can have sausages for tea tonight. That's okay. While I'm waiting for that Caesar salad to thaw out a bit, I'm going to set up my sausages into freezer bags so that I know what I'm having for dinner and what I'm not having for dinner. So, that way I don't have any fights over, I don't have to fight with my sausages tonight, since I'll have it sorted now. Okay. But yeah, I'm using politeness with my family because I want them to know that I appreciate them offering invites to family reunions, but I'm not going to take the invitation. Just not going to take it because I don't have a reason to take invites. I don't like visiting my family, so I don't want to see the family. That's just how it is. There's no ifs and buts about it. I don't want to visit my family. I don't need to, and it's not going to happen. My family are full of dramas. My family are just full of dramas. It's just how it goes. My family are all full of it, and I don't need to hear about problems that happened 10 years ago. If that's the way my mum wants to think, that's her issue. I don't need to live with her problems. If she has a problem with something that her family did 10 years ago, that's not something I need to deal with. That's something my mum needs to deal with. You know what I do if I have a problem? I don't talk to them. I don't need to talk to anyone. If I have a problem, I just say goodbye. I don't keep it as a drama or anything like that. I just say, well, I don't want to get involved in your dramas. See you later. No, I don't need it. You know, I don't need to be told about every single drama that's going on in my family, because I'm not here to fix other people's dramas. I'm not here to look after my family. I'm here to think of myself, and that's it. I don't get on with my family much, so, you know, what's the point in visiting them if I can't get along with them? So I don't even try to get along with them, because it's not going to happen anyway. You know, it's... What is it? Where's air in these fucking freezer bags? Where's air? God. I don't want air in the bag. Don't need air in the plastic bag. So that's sausages for next time, whenever that might be. Whenever that might be. And then I'll make Caesar salad and put that on chicken buns. And put this tray back in the fridge and cook those tonight. As a result, I'm not having to prepare the sausages anymore because I've already prepared them. So, I'll let this cool off a bit to, thaw out a bit. Oh, that scared me then. Oh shit. Okay, so now I'm going to get a container to put the salad in. That one will work. Then I'm going to make take it all out. Oh yep, and there's the packets of, I don't need croutons. I do need sauces though. Okay. Okay. Bit of bacon. A bit of that sauce. Yes. You can open it from the side, but you can't. Okay. Thought it could be, you can't. Okay then. Open the cup thing open. Okay. Right. Mix all that in. Because then I've got salami, and I've got this, and I've got that, and all this other stuff to put on bread rolls. So I could do that anytime. There's another bit of stuff. Fuck, I didn't see it. Not see it coming at all. Okay, put that in there. And yep, drop any Caesar dressing off that packet back onto the thing. Okay, this is much better than the shit that I get in a fucking bowl. That's for sure. Okay, right, made my Caesar salad. Caesar salad out of the road. I guess the thing that pisses me off with my family is they all tend to act like as though nothing's happened in the past, and that when they invite family members to reunions, they just expect people to move on as if, oh, these problems that didn't happen in the past, that happened in the past, just ignore them because they'll go away. And I'm like, yeah, problems don't usually go away when they're ignored. But anyway, think what you like and do whatever you want, but don't involve me in that dramatic shit, hey? Don't do it, because it ain't gonna work. Yep, I've pretty much decided that my family dramas are just dramas that get made up and then get ignored as if to say, oh, everyone will move on, we all have dramas. It's like, well, no we don't, but anyway, we don't all have dramas and we don't all move on from them, so hey, you know, if people want to put on the, oh, we've moved on from problems, why don't you move on? It's like, well, okay, well, why don't you stop creating problems? That maybe we can move on from the problems if you stop creating them in the first place. You know, like, if you don't like a drama, don't keep making dramas. You know, if you don't like it, stop creating it. I don't understand how people want to keep the dramas going. You know, if you don't like something, stop making it happen and it won't continue. That's the way I understand it anyway. You know, like, people just don't know how to, like, I don't know, people just don't have it in them to accept that, you know, if you want no problems in life, stop creating them. It's okay if you're ill, mentally or physically ill, but if you're gonna go, oh, I've got all these dramas that happened in my family life, but I have to keep talking to my family because I just have to keep dealing with their dramas. I just have to keep talking with them. Well, that's not something that I can deal with. Not something that I can fix. You know, it's just something that is easily dealt with just like that. Like, if you have a family drama, I always say don't keep going back to the family drama. Like, don't go back to the situation that made you so upset or argue with the family members. Just say, no, I'm not. Nearly dropped the ice cube out of the freezer, didn't I? Oh, God. Just say, no, I'm not dealing with this drama anymore, and that's it. That's it. You know? I did so well with these bread rolls. This is amazing. I did so well. What am I going to have on them? for one. I can't find the butter. It's back in here. So, yeah, I just can't understand why people go, okay, I've got this family drama going, so I have to continue to deal with this issue instead of saying, hey, this isn't my issue, I'll just walk away from it because it's not my problem. But yeah, my family are pretty much just come along to your grandfather's birthday and ignore problems in the past. No, I'm not going to ignore them. There are unresolved problems in the family that I don't want to be part of. I'm not going there to be part of someone else's conflict and someone else's arguments. And my family are trying to make arrangements to suit them. Or come on this date and leave on that date. Like, why do I have to go to visit my grandfather and live under my family's arrangements that I haven't even made? Like, who is my grandmother to decide whether I'll stay up there for 2 weeks, 1 week, 1 month? Who is she to decide who I stay with or not? Okay, I'm getting suggestions, but I'm not getting asked about what I want. They're not asking me any questions. They're not asking me, what arrangements are you planning on making, or would you like to stay with us? It's just, oh, come up for your grandfather's birthday, stay with us for 2 weeks, we'll pick you up, we'll return you. It's like, hang on, you didn't invite me to have a say in the matter. So, I guess that's evidence for me that says I don't have to go. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute.
Speech on YouTube. 50. YouTube. More. Pause. Pause button. -30. Notific. Twitter. 1 minute ago. Dismiss. Notification. Pause button. Stop button. Pause button. -50 dB. Pause. -21 points.
Okay, so I'm back. You know, you gotta go to the loo, you've gotta go to the loo. And I'm in the air conditioning today, so don't worry about me getting heat stroke. And you know, when I'm really cool and I'm not sweating, I don't have to drink as much water. Like, I need to drink water, but not as much water. Goes a bit hard. Turn the fridge down, maybe a tiny bit, not much, just a little bit. Sick of having my fridge fucking reset. Why is it turned up so fucking high? Like, I don't want it to be really low. I don't want it to be very high either. This butter is supposed to be super soft and it's frozen. Jesus. It's frozen. Very frozen. God. And I was meant to meet a support worker this afternoon, but she's not well. I don't know why, but she's not very well. Poor support worker. But anyway, back to how I was going, back to my discussion. My family hardly speaks to me, only one brother talks to me sometimes, and My grandparents only ever speak to me when they want something. And my mum, I keep her number, but I don't talk to her. She only talks to me because she wants to talk about dramas. And she thinks if I don't talk about dramas, then I'm not accepting any help. Well, it's my choice how I accept help. I'm a grown woman and I'll accept whatever I want in my life. So if she can't accept that, then that's not my problem to deal with. I don't have to put up with shit from my mum, so I don't. It's not a choice, it's a given. Do not have to deal with any shit. I don't have to. So I don't, and if my mum has a problem because I am not talking to her, well, we've already discussed our problems many times. I'm not going to continue discussing them over and over and over again. If my mum wants to discuss problems, then she can see a psychologist or a psychiatrist or whoever she needs, but I'm not going to be part of her dramatic problems because, I'm supposed to be her daughter and I'm supposed to be supportive. Well, I'm not supportive. That's just how it goes. I'm not supportive of people who want to continue creating dramas. It's just how it is. So, if this is how people want to be, then I don't have to have any of their dramas in my life. And I don't know why my mum still wants to create issues for me. I can't understand her. I've already got a life. I don't need her to try to force me into situations that I don't want to be in. I already have a life. And my family aren't there for me in the first place. Like, they only visit me on family reunions because it's the right thing to do. They don't visit me because they love me or they care about me or anything. They just visit me because it's just part and parcel of a family reunion. It's got nothing to do with care and all this stuff. It's just got to do with, we have a family reunion and we really love you and we miss you, but when there's no reunions, we don't give a shit about you. And if my family really care, they don't show it much. So I pretty much am not interested in all this drama, so I don't bother with it. I really do not bother with any dramas. And yet my grandmother thinks I have to see my mum. And I'm just like, nah, sorry. No, that's not going to happen. I just think that my life is pretty good without any dramas in it. yeah, I don't even bother trying to find out, you know, what triggers my family to have to be so concerned on the one hand about, you know, any issues that are none of their business, but on the other hand, if I tell them that life is okay, all of a sudden the reaction is I'm either lying or the family doesn't really care because everything's okay. But when it suits them to have a dramatic bloody thing, then all of a sudden it has to be the biggest thing in the world. Has to be the biggest thing on earth if it's dramatic for them. And I have to be part of those dramas. Like, nah, that ain't never gonna happen. Can't work out which is the bacon. I think that's bacon. I think that's ham. Okay. So yeah, I just can't work any of these people out. Just can't do it. And my family don't want me to go to the doctors and have medical treatment because it's too dramatic. Yet if anything happened to any of my family, all of a sudden it has to be something that needs fixing. Like, I cannot work any of that out. I don't know. I just can't really understand. To be quite honest, I just cannot understand any of it. I just can't see how my family members can have medical treatment anytime and it has to be dramatic. But if I want medical treatment, all of a sudden it'll be too dramatic and I shouldn't have this or that done or whatever. And I just tell the truth and say, hey, my eye needs to be looked after. That is how it is. I have to line up all these different appointments. That is just how life is. It's not something that's chosen. It just happens. You know, but anyway, that's just what my family is all about. That's not... What? Is that rineless bacon? It must be rineless bacon. Okay. I'm going to find out what this other bit is. Feels like rineless bacon. Okay. So... I can put that feels like rineless bacon, so I can put that here on top of the sausages and that out. I think that might be the herb salami that I really want, because I can have rineless bacon any time. So I'm pretty much not going to visit the family if I don't need to. I don't have to, I'm not going to visit. So, like, if my family were a lot nicer to me, you know, and didn't treat me like I had to deal with everyone else's issues, didn't treat me like I have to deal with past issues that aren't issues in my life today, or even if there's issues that I don't want to deal with, if I'm not forced into situations that I don't want to be part of, then maybe I might be a bit more forgiving to my family, possibly. Yeah, that's just the way I see things with the way my life is. You know, if my family is a bit more forgiving in that I'm a grown woman and I don't have to accept, you know, any kind of crappy fucking dramatic stuff. You know, like if I have issues that I don't want to deal with, then I don't want to deal with it. It's that simple. It's not up to other people to decide what I deal with, what I don't deal with. It's up to me. You know, that's my choice. It's up to me. I don't have to deal with anyone's problems or my own problems. It's my life. I'll deal with what I want to deal with. And I also can't stand my family creating problems in my life that aren't a problem. You know, like telling me to get checked for endo when I don't need a checkup for endo. It's not up to my family to make that sort of decision. It's up to me. You know, that's my choice if I want to get checked for endo or not. It's not up to my family to make that decision about me. You know, I don't need to be told whether I need to be checked for endometriosis. That's my business to deal with. That's on me. That's up to me to deal with that. It's not up to my family. That is up to me. Anyway, if this is how my family think they need to treat me, then sorry, but I don't want to go to all these reunions and that. So, there you go. Anyway, I've made me lunch. I'm going to get going, and I will probably be coming back later to talk some more when I do sausages for dinner with veggies later tonight.
Speech. Stop.